Okay, hey everyone. About 2 weeks ago, I told you I was going to do a really cool project next week. Well, that project was delayed, and I want to tell you what it is and why it happened. So, this is an Old Plastic Dayan given to me by the Cubicle Premium intern Mike. And Mike is one of the realest people. He puts up with me when I'm really depressed, and he's one of the most supportive, awesome guys out there. Big shout out to Mike. This is the second Old Plastic Dayan he's given me. So, about 2 weeks ago I asked for this from the office because we had a few of them left over. But this is actually new plastic. They apparently ran out of old plastic, which before I left there were a few I checked. But thanks to Mike, he guaranteed that I had an Old Plastic Dayan. And what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to dissolve this 2x2 and then mix it with some other chemicals that allow it to graft onto the parent plastic. And we're going to coat a GTS2, probably a white one to see the contrast, with Old Plastic Dayan. And if this works, we can graft Old Dayan plastic onto any puzzle in any capacity. And if the hypothesis is right, we can have that old plastic feel on everything. But there are a few issues. So this is why the coating is difficult to do unless you have a chemistry degree. Certain polymers, since it's a mechanical entanglement of the individual molecules, some molecules don't graft as well as other ones. So the particular soft plastic polymer blend that I use, it was selected because it will graft easily, it's easy to do, it's very, very soft. So we have to see first, is this mechanically better than the other one? We don't know yet. So my hypothesis is if this is better than the other coating, we're going to have to find a source of old plastic, and then we're going to graft that onto as many puzzles as we can and then offer that for sale. So we'll see if this project doesn't pan out and it's not as good as like my personal polymer blend, then we'll just release polymer coating instead of Old Plastic Dayan coating. But I'm really optimistic to see how this would make a modern cube feel. So I'm going to go dissolve this, make the formulation, and we'll see what happens. If I can finish this by tonight, this video will probably come out very soon, which probably wouldn't matter to the end user because this isn't live, and by the time you hear this, the time would have elapsed anyway. So yes, I will get on to doing that.
Okay, so I'm back. It's been a few hours, and I made the formulation. It's now like 10 p.m. This is the cube. I stickered it up with stock Vulk stickers because since I'm here in Georgia, I don't have access to cubicle stickers anymore, so I have to make do with what I have. So this is the cube. So the inside has been coated, but not the outside. So you can see the inside here. See how it's covered? You see how the inside has been coated with the black, the Dayan original black plastic? And first impressions is it's a little slow, but from what I noticed this past weekend is I seem to like my cubes much faster than other people. Another thing is this cube hasn't degassed yet. So degassing is when plastic it releases gases and the mechanical properties can change. So I put this in like a heating chamber and I hit it with a hot air gun, so I thought I'd speed up the degassing, but it's smooth and it's soft, but I think I prefer my own blend of polymers, but we'll see what other people think. So I might make a batch, send this to testers. This one is going to cubing with Mikai, or my premium intern Mikey. Even you can see like here, the inside is black, whereas in a normal white cube, the inside is white. So yeah, it's black on the inside because it's been coated on the inside. So what better test than to do like an average of let's do 50. And I'm just gonna talk about this cube while I solve with it. And this is not my color scheme. It's a white cube. This is my current color scheme, so it's gonna be a little rough. If I can get a 12 average, we know that this is a decent cube. If it's not, there are a few other factors, but we'll see. If we get anything below 12, that's really, really good. So I haven't been practicing lately because of school and some other stuff that I will include in another video. So let's just see what happens. Let's get into it. Average of 50. Average of 50. And I am shirtless because it's hot in Georgia. The South gets pretty hot, and I think someone requested that, like YJ Rainbow, I think? I forget. Well, here's your request. So, let's get this started. I hope this angle is okay. There we go. So the first one's a hand scramble. Oops. I guess I didn't start it. So I guess the first one won't be a hand scramble. I guess the first one was a warm-up, so it is a bit slower than I expected, but maybe that's a good thing. Good start, decent start. Let's turn on the light. It's a little better. So white, the colors look really vibrant on white. So I still have to get used to that. Oops. That was bad recognition right there. It's still a low 12, which is decent for me. I've gotten slower. Like, my last comp was just horrible. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. That was nice. So, winter variation into U-perm. I'm locking up though, and that's like not the cube. This cube actually is really good, but I'm not used to this slowness. But these times are decent for me, so I hope that I'm holding it at a decent angle. That was me trying to be fancy, but it wasn't worth it. I really had to stop trying to be fancy. I'm trying to use ZZC, and I'll make another video on that another day. For now, I really should stick to just vanilla CT. I say that, and I just use ZZC. So ZZC is like when you OLL skip 100%. And I saw that one, so I was like, I'll give it a try. I don't know why I chose to do OLO PLO when I had like so many options. I could have went to variation to that one, or just ZZCT to that one. I think I've got a little bit of camera nervousness right now. Like, I hesitated for that ZZCT, that case, which is not good. I'm hesitating too much. Was like U3. I mean, so far it's low 12, which is really, really good. This is not good. I'm gonna add some nitride lube. I couldn't find the nitride lube, so I'll just use it as is. Which isn't bad. It's exactly what, it's almost exactly what I expected, except a little slower. But it is getting faster the more I use it. Like I said, these cubes have to degas, so with this particular coating, one of the chemicals seeps into the plastic, so that like the molecules can go a little deeper than just the top surface. They actually will entangle a little bit, so the chemical has to go through the plastic, and when it evaporates, it slowly evaporates out, and during that phase the plastic is a little bit more soft than it should be, and it should harden up. So we'll see tomorrow. I might make a follow-up video with all of my cubes, but it's improving, and it's Old Dayan on a GTS2. But I keep messing up. Alright, focus, focus, focus. I just tried to flick and push at the same time. I have a lot of bad habits, and I just need to practice a lot more than I've been practicing. These are not good solves. I'm up to high 12 now. Let's see. Better. That one actually felt really slow. That one felt really slow too. Like with the other cube, it just feels... I like speed. How about let's compare the average of 25 of that cube, the Dayan coated with the polymer coated. Personal opinion is this cube may not be ready, but the feeling is it's exactly as expected. It's an old Dayan coated cube. It's a modern cube that feels like an old Dayan, and it feels good, it feels smooth, and it feels just like Old Dayan Plastic. But for me, it's just too slow. I feel like that could be fixed with better setup. But for right now, I prefer my coating because it's faster. So right now, that's 12.7. Let's do that with this cube and see what we get for the average 25. And if I get a better time with this, then we'll know, not conclusively obviously, but this is very objective, but okay, let's consider that one a warm-up. That was really bad. Like, I messed up a lot in that solve. Like, I stuttered. But I like the speed. Better. I think the difference is recognition at this point. They're both really nice feeling cubes. Oh my god, that was still 12. But I can recognize and turn faster on this one. So this one actually is the polymer coated cube, but with an experimental gumming agent or something I would like to call. There's something I put in this to slow it down permanently, and I still have to test it in some other compounds as well, but in my other video I mentioned that such a thing would be possible. And when I added that to a polymer-coated cube, it was like magical. Finally, I had balanced the speed with the smoothness. So my next competition, I want to see what people think of this one. That was too fast. So let's see. That was like one of the most move-heavy solves you can get. In CT, that is. That one was decent, but awkward. Those algs were nice, but they needed rotations. Oh my god, I'm like almost 11 average right now. That was ZZC. More specifically, that was CLS. I forgot to mention that I learned most of CLS. That was ZZC too. You might be wondering, how did I get all this time to learn like 200 algs? Yes, 200. I don't party that much. Oh man, that would have been sub 10. But I like flinched. It went from like 12.1 to 12.5. That's what sucks about like low number averages. One solve will mess you up. I can feel a sub 10 soon though. Like I feel it in my bones, I'm gonna get sub 10 soon. That TTLL, it feels so slow, because there's so many moves. I always have to remind myself, it's not that slow. Distracted. That was a really bad solve, but it was still a 10. That was a +2. Still low 12 though, which is good. I was wondering, like, people who are new and slow, do +2s even matter to them? Like, if I was beginning all over again, I would just +2 all the time, so that it wouldn't be stressful. I swear, I've been messing that one up a lot lately, and there's no excuse. Because that one's a fast one, but it's a 2-gen one too. I don't know why I keep messing that one. It's just not good. So 4 more solve, let's see if we can squeeze into +10, sub 10. That's a DNF. That solve felt so fast too. And the average is still faster than the other cube. But I think it's like I've been using a fast cube for like the past few days. That's probably why it's biased. That felt like a sub 10. the average is 10.4. So I did get faster with this, but after just using it, I think tomorrow, when this degasses completely, I might actually prefer this feel. But 12.4 versus 12.7 with no sub 10s, but there were a lot more 10s in this average. So my final verdict is this feels really good, like really good, but I don't think it's fully degassed yet. I'll make a follow-up maybe. I might even use this at a comp and get people's opinions before sending out to Mike. So sorry Mike, I might have to delay this by a week, but for me I still prefer this cube, which is balanced perfectly for me in terms of speed. I say that as I lock up on M slices, but there's definitely potential. We'll see what people think. If it were up to me, I would actually offer both of these coatings. So we'll see. I'll update y'all as new things happen, and thanks for listening.